The show you are about to listen to is intended for mature audience only. There will be things said that may not be appropriate for younger audience and may offend you. We at Whatever Talk would like to apologize in advance, but really, get over it.
I can't believe I don't know how to pronounce this. I should be. I may lose my my black card. Hujambo, though. I should know at least that for Swahili, which is Swahili for hello. So I should know at least Humjambo. I should know that.
Right,
especially since like the first 5 to 10 years of my life, we kind of celebrated Kwanzaa.
We talking about whatever that's on your mind. Speak your mind, don't be shy. This is your time to shine.
We need a little bit of Kwanzaa in this world now. It needs some unity. So
for real.
Welcome to Whatever Talk, the show where we talk about whatever we seem to be talking about at the time. I'm your host, Donnie. I'm kind of looking glowish here. This is not a filter. I don't know why I look like I'm kind of like a what you call that cell shade graphics.
Oh,
if you remember, that's kind of like what's that movie that you might have seen with cell shade graphics? It's a Keanu Reeves movie. You probably haven't seen it, and I can't remember anyway. Anywho, how you been, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good with sleep, but I'm up now.
Oh, that's good. That's
how
good.
You?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I could be better, but I will be better.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good that we're able to actually record. The computer is still down as of this recording, and man, I gotta tell you, I'm mad at myself for this dang old computer being down.
Dang, I feel you.
Not really myself. It's just that I couldn't find the hard drive I already had, just in case of a backup crash like this, and I couldn't find it. So I'm like, man, I'm able to chuck up some funds that I don't get to get me another hard drive. Went to go get the other hard drive, and that mud wasn't working for some reason. I don't know what the deal was that. So in the process of trying to figure that out, I ended up finding the hard drive. So I'm about to go replace it with the new one and put that back in and take the new one back because I can use that funds right now. And end up ripping the hard drive cable out. The cable that connects the hard drive to the actual computer. Oh my goodness. I was like, boy, I tell you. That thing about they say, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck.
Right. Yeah, I feel
That's a saying that won't go into stupid sayings.
Right.
Because it does make sense. It does. Stupid phrases, stupid phrases.
Yeah.
But man,
it's all good though. You gonna be all right though, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna be good, man. I'm gonna be good. Hey, like I said, I'm glad I'm able to record this. So let's keep this show moving. We do got some Coronicals, man. So we're gonna hop in the Coronico. This first one is not really a Coronical, but it's kind of on the Coronic side.
Oh, okay.
In my head, because I've never smelt this ever in my life.
Smelt this, you said?
Yes, you heard right.
Oh man.
At work, this chick had walked past me.
Oh man. Damn. Wow.
This chick walked past me, and man, no, it wasn't like what you probably thinking and what listeners may be thinking as well.
Right. It's not the fishy smell.
Exactly. Nothing seafoody of that sort.
Right.
I smelled breath. But wait, it wasn't like the breath from your mouth breath, because it was so much of it at one time. I was like
it was all on her, like
yes. I was like, this chick's body smelled like breath.
Like she put on breath perfume, like
yes. I'm like, what the freaking heck? I have never smelled that before. Like, I like that that couldn't have come out of your mouth because it just overwhelmed my whole entire personal space. I was like, oh my goodness, that was highly coronic right there, man.
Yeah. Did she at least have a mask on?
Nope. She was talking on the phone though, so that's what kind of threw me off. Because she was talking on the phone, and I was like, okay, maybe it was her breath. But then I was like, no, this is too much of it to be her breath. But it all smelled like breath though.
You say her whole world stank.
Your whole entity has an EO. Entity odor.
Entity odor. Oh man.
Man, yeah, that was the first man. I ain't never smelled that. And it just sucked that it had to be a female.
He said, damn, you sick?
you might be asymptomatic. That may be what Rona smelled like up close, but
nigga said they might be for real about this Rona thing now. I'm starting to believe it.
Yeah, I had to take more serious measurements for this Rona now, because they did say it does kind of like wipe out your the smell senses. So maybe she don't know that her whole body smell like breath.
Know. She thinking she cute walking around. How she look though?
She match.
She look like she smell like nigga turn around like what the? Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna say she match. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nigga said, yeah, you look like you smell that way. Damn.
Yeah, let's move on. That was wow.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Wow, indeed.
Damn.
So, this whole pandemic thing has been going on, and school's been shut down, and work's been shut down, and pretty much social life has been shut down for virtually. Yep. But here's what parents are worried about most in this pandemic, and as school is starting back up, about these kids going to school in person, is that they are most afraid that the kids forgot how to socialize properly. And since you had this kid, you haven't realized the kid has a social problem, period.
Right. Exactly.
These kids get together and have a party and communicate through devices, even though they at the same venue, partying together.
Exactly.
They've been having problems socializing. So what the heck you worried about that for?
It ain't because of COVID, right?
Exactly. Yep. They could actually. This has amplified the way that they socialize more so.
Exactly. Yep.
So, okay, I guess you can have means to, as if they forgot how to socialize, but here's where that stupid phrase comes. I beg to differ. Is that
right.
They've been having issues socializing since they've been born into the era they've been born in.
Yep. That's just how they are.
That's how they are. My nephew got mad because he couldn't come over this weekend or this week or for a few days recently, to hang with little man. But what are you getting mad for? The times you have come over, you have done this exact same way of communicating. Like, y'all don't talk to each other unless y'all play the video games. And if y'all off the video games, y'all only communicate about what video game person y'all gonna watch play the video game on YouTube. That's it. That's all the communicating y'all do. Why you're mad? You could do this by video call if you want to do it.
Right.
If you want to hang like that, if you don't hang like that, just video call them and say, hey, let's watch YouTube together.
Right.
Y'all need to be worrying about the daggone brain and how they learn versus socializing with each other.
Exactly. Yep.
Because they
Worried
ain't
about
learning
the wrong
nothing.
stuff. Right.
Exactly, man. They remember we talked about how people be fixated on, say, men, you having a conversation, or they're having a conversation and they're mad at the fact that Prince Charles was in. Prince Charles wasn't even in Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and the Snow. Snow White. Like, that's why you're mad about that.
We were saying we was gonna call it something. Like, you worried about Prince Charles?
Something. I'll let you know. I'll most definitely break back up when I get the editing. Prince Charles. Right. They worried about Prince Charles versus this man kissed Sleeping Beauty. Prince Charming.
They worried about Prince Charming.
They were more so about Prince Charming wasn't even in actual. Well, they didn't. Well, a lot of them don't even know that he wasn't in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But they're more fixated about him being Prince Charming versus the fact that this cartoon character is now part of Me Too.
Right. Basically, y'all, instead of worrying about the right thing, he worried about Prince Charming.
Exactly.
They worried about Prince Charming.
To put it more relevant of what we're talking about, you worrying about the kids the way they talk to each other during school when they ain't supposed to be talking to each other.
Right.
Versus the fact that they can't learn no more. That's what they worried about more so.
And this is how they getting stupid by these parents right here.
They're getting more stupid because the parents worrying about them talking in class versus them worrying about them paying attention to what the teacher is teaching.
Man, parents rubbing off on them.
Man, I tell you, man. Keep it on with the stupids, man. While we're still on this Corona cruise real quick. I don't think I ever talked about this, but I'm pretty sure I probably have. But since the mask thing is still in full effect, whether they want to say it's in full effect or not.
Because it had left for a minute and came back.
They put the illusion
down here, they let it leave. You can walk in anywhere and not have it on. A few weeks later, they like, no, you got to have a mask.
Yeah, you got to have a mask on because everybody who's vaccinated still died. So all y'all unvaccinated people, y'all need to lay low.
Right.
Yeah, it's more down now. But we're going to get on there. I ain't going to touch on that right now because we're going to get on that in a little bit.
Right.
Again. But these masks, the dumbest place for me that I can think of, that nothing can top this, has been the dumbest place to wear a mask, freaking dentist. You're going to be in my mouth the whole time I'm here.
Right. Right.
It's probably the dumbest place to enforce a mask.
So they enforcing it for the corona, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because the dentists already having like masks on.
They walk around with it, but they all day. But for the most part, I do see them even before this whole thing started, just on their mouth, mouth. And then I do see them when they about to go in, they do pull it up over their nose. And I think that's one. I think one theory to that is they know everybody don't brush their teeth.
Right, that's one thing. Yeah.
Why they put it over their nose while they're working, not while they're walking around the office.
And then plus, when they working, they don't work the little spicks and spaxes and the nooks and crannies is coming out your teeth and popping to their face and their mouth and all that. Yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring it up because I thought that was kind of pretty crazy because they still enforcing that right now. But this last thing in Corona Cruise, I could put some more in here, but this necessarily doesn't really. Well, yeah, it applies to the vaccine because that's what the Corona Cruise is about. But I want to put it in here because white people are the Corona Cruise of the human race. The Corona of the human race, man. Because again, the unvaccinated people are being, I guess you can, what they say, I don't want to say bullied upon or bullied on, but they're making them
harassed.
I guess you could say harassment, but I also see this as programming at its finest. Oh
That's
yeah, so
what this life in this world is about anyway, about programming.
oh yeah,
It's a
oh
part
yeah,
of it's a part of the program. That's what it
oh
is.
yeah,
It's
oh
all a
yeah.
part of the program.
This is that godly persuasion that white people have. Programming is a power that godly persuasion gives you. you 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 bestow with the power of programming.
Right, right.
What I mean by that is like not only is the news media is saying this now, but I'm hearing it from everybody, man. Like people on the streets, man, are saying this junk now. In the radio, unvaccinated people are being harassed, bullied, whatever else you want to go by, made fun of. They like to toss that word around, that
Picked
phrase
on.
around, made fun on, picked on, you know, because they hate it. They hate it happening to them. They hate it before unvaccinated vaccines became a thing and everybody taking precaution with the masks or they hated getting picked on about wearing this mask and all this stuff, didn't they?
How are these people knowing that you're not vaccinated though?
Because you want to open up your mouth and put
They
your business
stupid.
out there.
You know what? I haven't done it yet. Like
Exactly.
be
They
quiet.
still
We haven't
care.
done it yet. Pointing at me and other people. Us guys, we haven't. Man,
Yeah,
leave me out of this, man.
exactly. That's because it's that social media because people like to put their business out for everybody to have and then get mad when people talk about their business.
Right. But you stay on social media though.
Exactly. They wouldn't even know you was unvaccinated if you didn't say I'm a proud unvaccinated person.
Right. Get out of here. Then you ain't proud if you feel picked on.
Exactly. You my man, so I love you so much,
Leave me
man.
alone.
I love you so
I thought you
much,
was proud.
man.
Right.
I love you so much. But now, continuing with this, going back to how they don't like being picked on now that they got the vaccine. Now they trying to pick on unvaccinated folks, trying to make us, Cam, they're trying to make us feel bad because they still dying out here. The vaccinated folks are still dying. They're trying to make us feel bad because we gotta close the narrow.
Right.
If it wasn't for us unvaccinated people, the world wouldn't be the way it is. They try to bully us into getting our DNA mutated because old boy has a lot of mutations been popping up in the news too that they try to conceal. They try to cover that up by making us feel bad.
Really, I ain't even. I haven't paid attention.
Oh yeah, Johnson and Johnson folks, boy, they mutating like a.
I know they got a bad name. Since all this started.
Man, Johnson and Johnson creating S-Men left and right, man.
Damn.
But the thing about it is, I'll be mad as heck because I'm turning into a freaking X-Men, but no powers is coming with it.
Right. I just look weird.
Exactly. I'm out here freaking mutating, and I ain't getting nothing to come with it. Other than my genes are mutating. Why? Because the people who are getting it only do research, and then the research that they do some immature of me. So immature of me to pick that out.
But it's doo-doo.
It's doo-doo.
It's BS, man.
Literally and figuratively. But okay, I didn't forget where I was going, but the fact that the Johnson & Johnson is still getting put out there for a vaccine of choice, dude, do the research. That's what I was saying. Don't just research what you're about to get, and then don't just do limited research on what you're about to get. Research all of what you're about to get, and research the other ones as well. If you're going to go through with this, that's just the smart thing to do if you're going to do it, because you will realize that the virus is not really in this mud. You know how they do concentrated juice, and out there they be like made with real juice. So you turn around and say it's 1% orange in this mud.
Right. Yeah.
1% apple, 1%, 2% grape is in this juice.
The 1% in there is real though.
The rest of this juice you drinking,
right, could
the
kill
rest
you
of this
down
juice
the
is
line.
drinking is probably placenta juice, and it's
Right.
and it when you wring it out, it comes out orange. So it gives the illusion that you're drinking orange juice. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep.
Hey, it tastes good though. That's the main point. That's the point of it. It tastes good.
Right.
But yeah, man, like do all the research, because you will probably come across a passage where it says, it's a gene. It's mad that I can't remember what it is, but I should do some more updates on it so I can know exactly what's in it to call it not the actual virus that's in here.
Yeah. I gotta look at it more too.
God dang it, folks, man. But hey, this is something that you bring on yourself.
Right.
Bring on yourself.
Bring on yourself. Put this on yourself.
Okay, we all have done it, and we still do it to this day. We still don't read everything that gets syringed up in us, even to this day, even for the common cold. But again, if something happened to us, we bring this on ourselves. Don't come crying about a civil lawsuit now.
Right.
You should have read that with the waiver that you signed where it says you can't come with a civil lawsuit now. Yep. Like, what kind of vaccine is this man that I can't If I die, I can't say nothing about it later. Moving on. Jumping back real quick before moving on with this last statement of that's programming at its finest, is that you go from saying all this stuff about the vaccines, and now that you mad because everybody's still on the ropes about this vaccine.
Right.
So you come up with the whole narrative and spread it like crazy. And it's kind of, to me, also another thing that amazes me is that, again, it's programmed to be like this, but it amazes me that people don't realize how programmed they are becoming or that they are.
Right.
And again,
they don't even see it.
Yeah, they don't even see it. And of course, me and you, I wouldn't even chance the fact that we aren't programmed on certain things, but that thing that helps combat being programmed is just thinking. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
Thinking and ask questions. That's like the best combat to being programmed.
Using that tool up top.
Exactly. Also, about another thing that's been programmed, we're moving on out of the coronicles, because I don't want to talk about coronicles anymore. But since the show is based on stupidity, and since stupidity is based on white people, we're gonna move on to what I feel is like another program thing. Is this the word resign, and how resign get utilized in the corporate world, and a lot of time, mainly in the political world, politics, is that resign is another privileged thing, because blacks don't get to resign. We get fired. All resign is, when you tell the president, resign. When you tell the chief of police, resign. When you tell CEOs, resign. When you tell these freaking white folks and these people who doing all types of corruption to resign, you basically saying, man, look, go on over there and chill till this mother lay low. You get the job back, just not here.
Mm-hmm. Basically. Yep.
But F resigning, because resigning gives you all your benefits.
Right. if somebody doing wrong, they supposed to get fired.
Exactly.
How you gonna ask them to go?
First of all, we never get asked to get fired. You never say, "Hey, Donnie, you mind being fired today?"
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
We don't even get fired that nicely. The only benefit comes to being fired is unemployment. But here's the kicker: you still get smacked in the face with unemployment because you only get a percentage of what you get.
Yep.
They did this unemployment for this whole shutdown thing, but yet still giving people the percentage. But on top of the percentage that you're only getting from unemployment, they hit them with a bonus. Like, isn't the real bonus is that, hey, we're doing this lockdown thing, doing this critical thing for the people government, give me 100% of my unemployment, and this bonus would do good too. That would help out too.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And on top of that, give me that bonus.
Exactly. You know, that's really doing your so-called best to help out the folks.
Right.
Yeah, so-called best. You helping me, but you only still giving me 50%.
Right. You helping me, but ain't helping.
No, this money is still my money too.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
All this is part of my money. Matter of fact, every penny that the government owns is my money.
Giving me allowance out of my money. Like I ain't 18 yet, and I'm making my own money, but I ain't 18. Like, you gotta give me my money. How much you want to give?
But I'm making my money, and what you saying, Cal? The paychecks that we do get is basically an allowance because we're not making all of our money.
Yeah,
that's hilarious, bro. I never even thought about it from that point of view. You know what else? We get penalized for doing what we're supposed to do. We gotta pay to pay our bills with the allowance that we get.
Exactly.
The government is hilarious, and the government is so cocky like that because we, as a people, rather fight us versus fighting them niggas.
Yep.
We'd rather say, "Hey, big head, you ugly. Want to go to the park?"
Hey, ugly.
We'd rather talk down to each other for compliments versus fighting the what you call that? The mutual enemy. Yeah, like the government is everybody's mutual enemy, but we still, with that godly persuasion and their power of programming, we fighting each other. Yeah. There's a lot of stupid stuff we talked about, man, already, but I didn't know it could get this stupid because this is probably about to be the top stupid of today's episode. You heard about Lil Uzi?
What Lil Merton did? Man. Are you talking about the planet?
Yes!
So I ain't even really, I know about that story, but I ain't read up on it like to find out exactly what's going on, bro, because I'm tired of the shenanigans, man.
It ain't nothing to go on.
I'm tired of the shenanigans, bro.
That's why you ain't read up on nothing to see what's going on, because it ain't nothing to go on, man.
This dude I work with was talking about it. He's like, man, what's wrong with your boy Uzi? I was like, man, what, bro? Like, I stopped listening to. I ain't want to hear about him after he put the damn diamond in his head.
Dude, you made it that much easier for somebody to say, man, I don't care about your life, like they've been saying already. Right. Hate that mud right out of your scalp. But that ain't what we talking about right now.
Lil Uzi Vert, that nigga forehead.
Rob his forehead.
Hold down, nigga. Stay still, nigga.
Man, he got that little thing like you remember that movie called The Guyver? The Guyver, not MacGyver. The Guyver. It was like this alien came down. I bet you know about it, but you just can't remember. It had Good Times JJ playing it, voicing one of the aliens in it, and they had like the ninja alien. The guy turned into like a ninja. He had like a ninja alien suit, like with spikes coming out his elbows.
I might remember that if I saw it. But...
Oh, okay. Like the source of his powers, it was like in the middle of his forehead, in the suit, in the helmet. And so look, that's what Lil Uzi Vert did. That's when they gonna yank that junk out of his head. All the innards of the brain gonna come out with it.
Right. But exactly, man.
But moving on with the Lil Uzi Vert, he tried to be the first person to own a planet. Can you hear the stupid in just that right there alone, Cass? Can you hear the stupid in that? He's trying to be the first person to own a planet. Please. You've been my man. And I know you know. Please tell me you could point out the first person who owned the planet, the stupidity in that.
Man, of course, man. Come on. That's why it went in one ear and out the other when I heard it. No, man.
Okay.
That's normal to me. But for them to say little stupid stuff like that, like, oh yeah, he right on schedule. They right on point.
He right on schedule
with the stupidity, nigga.
He right on schedule to be stupid. Okay. I want to know, how can you be on the verge of being the first person to own a planet when you gotta buy it from whoever owns it already?
Right, exactly. Nigga already got a deposit.
So you trying to be the first co-owner?
Right, you're trying to be the first co-owner. Exactly.
Or the second person to own a planet. Which one?
Right.
Since it seems like nobody seems to own this planet, you know white gonna come and claim it because white automatically claims it automatically.
Right.
The whiteness of being white automatically claims ownership.
Right. The privilege. Yeah.
The privilege, yes. The privilege of being white automatically owns this planet for it to be sold to Lil Uzi Vert.
Right.
Boy, I've never. Okay, first of all, what you gonna do with the planet? Because you own something that you will never ever be able to reach.
Right.
For you to do anything, just to say you own it, that's just dumb.
You're just buying bragging rights.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're doing exactly what white people do. Just buying stuff to own stuff just to say I own it. Like, I thought you could never get as high as owning a human, but
right.
Lil Uzi Vert trying to go beyond that. He's trying to own a planet and aliens that may be on it.
This dude right here.
Boy, I tell you. This world, man.
The world is crazy.
Man, again, that's I'm trying to work that into the next theme of whatever talk. Like, what would a world be like without stupid? Without stupidity.
It'd definitely be boring.
Man, it'd be boring. It'd be the most scariest, boringest place ever that I can think of. The most scariest, boring place that I can think of.
We might need to write a damn script or something.
Man, dude, we gonna get together, man.
We gotta do that, bro. That'll be the weirdest world ever.
Without stupidity, we won't have people who ride bikes and get to a traffic crossover and get off the bike and walk it across the street versus riding across the street. Right. We wouldn't have that if stupidity didn't exist.
Right.
Explain that to me.
Man. Yo, that's crazy.
Explain that to me. Why you gonna ride the bike when you gonna hurry up and get across?
Right. You gonna walk it across.
You gonna hurry like it's a pet. Like it's a horse. You get off the horse and pet it as you're walking across. Then when you get across the street, you hop back on the horse and gallop away. I never understood that, man. I never understood that.
People messed up, bro.
I never understood that. That's what's crazy. That's another thing that's crazy to me as black people wearing bike helmets. Like the bike accident is going to kill us. Oh, my goodness.
He said, we already got too many odds against us.
Man, I wish this one was live, man. I wish this episode was live. You wear the freaking helmet for it. Like, man. It's not having the bike helmet is what taught us how to ride the bike.
Right. Exactly.
We ain't want to be off that mud no more. We stay. If we would have had the helmet on, we'd be just as lunatics as the white folks who wear the helmet. And the black people who grew up in the white neighborhoods with them.
Yeah.
That's the only place I do it. Okay, you call it what you want. That's the only place I do see blacks wearing bike helmets is in the neighborhoods of the whites.
Yeah, because they trying to blend in and
Either
not be looked down upon.
Either they trying to blend in, or they doing what we do see on the normacy, raising punks.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, trying to blend in.
Blend in, because
trying to blend in.
because raising punks is blending in because they some straight
Right.
punks.
Exactly.
They some straight punks, man. They some straight punks, man. Oh my goodness, man. Let's keep this thing moving on now. I think this is a part of programming, or at least programmed already. I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and Angela Yee had.
Yee didn't do it again.
Wait, is Yee younger than us?
No, Yee older than us. She
older
40s.
than us. She older. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're right. Everybody on the Breakfast Club is older than us.
Yeah.
But I still feel that even more so of the fact of I feel like being of that age. Okay, I can't say I'm having a hard word trying to put together what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna say what she said. That to me, I hear stuff like this on an often basis. That's why I say I don't want to say it's programming. I would like to say programmed already.
Right.
Is that I forget what she was talking about, but she said the line of a trans woman is a woman, and I'm like, people who talk and think like this, like knock the back of my head 3 times in the front of my head 4. Like
it wouldn't even be called trans.
I was just about to say that exact thing, man. I'm like, that defeats the purpose of the word trans.
It's stupidity.
I'm like, okay, I get the whole respect of, this is what you want to be called.
I was getting ready to say, I get that too. Like, you trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, politically correct.
PC, that PC bull crap.
You know what I'm saying? But it's making you sound so dumb.
And this is how it makes you sound dumb, at least in my perspective, is that the trans woman that you're talking about is not here to be in your, like, they're not here for you to say, hey, this woman right here is blah, blah, blah. No, you're talking about a trans person in the third being. Like, I guess, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, the person is not here and you're not conversating with this person and you're not using this person as an it versus I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I think I get what you're saying.
It's like, you don't have to. No, first of all, no, they're not a woman. That's what they identify as. And yes, if they were here in person, the respectful thing is to say that. But since you're talking about them in a reference, then no, a trans woman is not a woman in this scenario.
Right. But see, that's just them, like we said, being PC. And they don't want nobody calling up there and, you know what I'm saying, and being all argumentative about the subject and all that.
Oh my goodness.
Or they probably had people call up there argumentative about the subject, and now they like, a trans woman
is a woman.
Really a woman.
No. That's like saying this penis that I feel dangles don't exist.
Right.
Like the penis is still here. The penis is still here. Penis is still here. And on top of that, to add more to that, even if the penis wasn't here, I'm still a dude.
Right. Exactly.
I just identify as a woman.
Yeah.
I think people are misconstruing, misthinking the whole identify as and what it be.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody, see, people don't want to admit that they really confused on this trans stuff.
But, all right, I'm gonna say this last thing, and we're gonna move on from the trans thing because it has to be said again. Apparently, because society is just like kids. You gotta repeat it over and over. It's like you're only changing your outwards appearance. That's all you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're doing. You're only changing your outward appearance.
Because I used to think that the trans, like, I thought it was like if you a dude, like, you cutting it off. If you a woman, then you trying to put one on there, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And it could be that.
It could be that. But it's like an extent, like to that extent, you could go there with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every one you look at, nah, they ain't got like had the operation and all of that type.
Exactly. And you know what? Exactly.
Yeah.
Saying it like that is kind of like you're assuming that I'm a trans versus a what you call that a drag queen or a cross dresser.
Right.
You're assuming I'm that. You're assuming I'm a trans versus that, which is if you cared about saying a trans woman is a woman as much as you do care about being PC about it, then you wouldn't say that because you're assuming that I'm not a drag queen and or just a person who just like to wear women's clothes.
Mm-hmm. Like Boosie when he was talking about the Wayne Wade son. Don't let him cut his thing off, dog.
Exactly. Yeah, that was way too far. I don't care about my kids being fun boys or fun girls, but at the same time, I'm not going to allow you to make any decisions of that sort until you get of age, like 19 and or 18 and away from me. My 11-year-old identifies as this, so they want this operation done, and I'm going to give it to them because I support.
Yeah, man, get the hell out of here, man. That's that Hollywood shit.
Support. I support my kid's decision on this, but you don't support your kid's decision on doing anything else.
Right.
But you support them on this.
Right. This drastic decision, you're going to support that. But the minimal things, like, you're like, don't get out of here.
I was like, well, if you don't get in my face about asking for this other toy that you already said that you will work for, I ain't supporting you working for this toy.
Right. You better get a job. Right.
Exactly.
But when they want to switch over, then
exactly. Support, boy. That's the confusion and the programming we talked about earlier.
Yep.
Oh my goodness,
that's man. What Angela Yee was doing. She was showing support.
She was showing support. And the rest of the cast does the thing that we talked about as well. Don't call them out on the dumbness of the support. because they support it too. They support it too, man.
Yeah.
I want to reminisce a little bit about us and how we were back in the day as far as the things that we wore. Well, I put out the clothing. Back in our era, everything was okay. I am to the max.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm talking about. Let's just go with I'm a medium, and the clothes that I buy is a 2X.
Right.
That was the style back in the day.
Yeah.
And man, I want to talk about us and how ridiculous we looked back in the day.
Bruh,
man.
I'm telling you. And it wasn't just like regular people. It was like everybody on TV too. Like, if you look at like, you know, Orlando Brown, you know, he was he was a child star and all that.
Orlando. Oh, wait a minute. That's
he was Tiger from
yeah, that's Tiger. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Like, he be posting like pictures like, yeah, man, growing up, and you know, he had throw pictures out there with him and like the Olsen twins or him and like that nigga clothes was so hanging off of him and baggy. Like he had on adult clothes. Like the shirt was coming like to his mid thigh. You know what I'm saying? With the long t-shirt underneath.
He got fat suit attire.
Exactly. The only thing that fit us when we was kids was our shoes. That's it.
Shoes and hat.
That's it.
Man, I thought the hat,
the top and the bottom.
Even the hat was too big sometimes.
Right.
So only thing that fit us was the drawers, socks, and shoes.
We thought we was fresh in the mud.
But speaking of TV, the one who takes the cake of, in my opinion, out of TV and big clothes. Man, I think it takes the cake out of the whole era to me. It's Roger, sister.
Oh.
Man,
when he walk in and shit, like,
he looked like
right. You like
man,
a set.
Roger looked like a freaking walking snow angel.
I don't know, kid. That is.
I looked at some pictures of me hugging Lakira on her
From
prom.
back in the day.
From back in the day, man. I'm like, what
could
the
have put
freaking
another band in the pants.
man? It could have been 3 knees in that freaking suit.
It was a suit.
No, it was. I meant like attire, clothes.
Right.
It was a hookup though. It was a hookup.
Right.
Top and bottom,
Right.
the whole.
Exactly. Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm thinking about that. I'm like, man, I gotta talk about this, man. We look like some straight clowns back in the day.
For real, bro. I'm telling you, straight clown. And it's crazy because every generation go through that when they look back. Remember, like back then, we used to look at the pictures from the 70s and be like, nigga, y'all niggas look ridiculous. When we was looking ridiculous too and didn't even know.
No matter how ridiculous we look, I'm still glad I was born in the era I was born in.
But we looked ridiculous just like they did. You know what I'm saying?
I would rather be
at
tight.
Least they clothes fit.
I would rather be big than tight and then going back to tighter. Tighter.
Right.
We're tighter than the 70s now, the 60s and 70s now.
Crazy.
Like, it's like our clothes are so tight, we spray on wrinkles to make it look like we got on clothes.
You said, let me get that can of wrinkle right there. Yeah, we was wilding back then.
We were wilding.
We thought we was doing something.
We was fresh to death.
We thought that's how clothes was gonna be forever. Like, this is the one. This is the one that's gonna stick.
I seen Mike clothes and I seen Pop's clothes when it was. Oh my goodness! I'm so glad I was born back then, and I wouldn't even want to be famous back then because it seemed like they had to wear what they had to wear. What they wore too.
Yeah.
What the heck?
See all that stuff that Jackson 5 used to wear, man?
You see all that stuff that Prince didn't wear? Yeah, because his booty was cut out. With a little bit of thigh hanging out too. He need a bow on.
That nigga up there talking about, no, I ain't wearing the back of them. You got to cut them out.
You have got to cut them out, player.
You got to cut them out, bro.
You got to be jazzing with me if I'm gonna be wearing some booty. You got.
I ain't wearing them.
You know I ain't digging. You know I'm not digging it. You even got the guys wearing the halter tops.
Man,
a lot of this stuff happened before females got a hold of. A lot of us wore what females wore before females wore them.
Yeah, for real, yeah. That 80s decade, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dudes was wearing some girly stuff, bro.
Oh, we outdid Daisy most definitely with the dudes.
Right.
We outdid Daisy with the dudes.
Remember dudes in the 90s was wearing biker shorts, bro? I'll never forget with that, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Had little boys walking around with them things.
Like I said, I'm so glad I was early in the 90s. I think the 80s era is the balance of everything that's happening. Like it was the balance from the 40s on up to the 80s. It is the balance from the 90s from the 90s up into present. In between of those, the 80s is the era to be born in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with clothes, with common sense, brain. I think the 80s is like that's what we need to go back to the future with.
To the 80s.
To the 80s. Man. Oh,
yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. You remember how I know that we're running late, that's why I kind of like just jump to it like this out of nowhere. You know how I always talked about how But how I still talk about how they trying to revert things back to the Kunta and them days.
Oh yeah.
Which again, I highly believe that to the maximum, because for one, that whole theory of history always repeats itself. That's kind of a true thing. It most definitely repeats itself generationally, most definitely. And I'm not even talking about the things that we pass down, like just passed down. I'm talking about just
genetic. You ain't talking about genetic.
Genetics. I'm talking about
kids, about the same period. Type of stuff. Yeah,
kids. Period. Every kid that's born in whatever generation go through the same dumbness that we all have been through. Dumb just to the max.
Right.
But I'm talking about segregation most definitely came back with full force with this pandemic of ours.
Yeah.
But they keep it subliminal. But it's most definitely segregation. And it's segregation worse than what it was when it was segregation. Like, it ain't just blacks and whites no more. You on the blacks only fountain, and it ain't just that. Like, we're being segregated from straight up families. Like, like we can't go grandma no more. We can't go to cuz no more. We can't even go down the street no more. Type segregation. So that being said, Tennessee is in the talks of passing this law to where freaking white people, man. Oh man. Tennessee is in the talks of passing a law to where if schools teach what whites done in history, they will withhold fundings from the school.
Wow.
Man, so in the nutshell of Donnie and Donnie's shell.
If you tell the truth of what happened.
Exactly, man. You're basically putting taboo into law now.
Right.
Like,
when part of the law is about being straight, going straight, and you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not doing that. Right.
Exactly. And this is what the sponsors of this law, or at least a couple of the sponsors of this law, had to say. John Rogan, Republican, and what's his name? Oak Ridge? I don't even know that's a real name. I don't even know that's a real name, but John, we didn't leave it at John, had this to say that teachers would have to just stick to the facts. The facts is that y'all niggas is evil as heck, man. That's the freaking facts. And here's the killing part. Not the killing, well, yeah, the killing part of this whole thing is that y'all evil freaking doers is the ones that wrote history that y'all don't want to be told anymore.
Yep.
Y'all the one who wrote history the way history is wrote, and now you don't want it to be taught now? Because that freaking golly persuasion, man, that's with the power of programming, man. Oh my
crazy
goodness,
world, boy.
Crazy and fat, man. I'm telling you. And man, and look, dude, this mud is moving so fast. Like they on the verge of converting so fast, and it's being done so swiftly within this pandemic that so many people is not even taking notice of this. Like we just spoke about the segregation. The segregation. That's all you got to do to win. Like, that's like almost guaranteeing a win in anything if you divide.
Yep.
That's virtually guaranteeing a win if you divide and then you go in for the conquer.
Yep.
I don't think they understand what the word segregation means. I don't think they know what segregation means. Civilization, I mean, is because if you don't know, it means divide.
Yeah.
You're so aware of the fact that you're evil.
Right.
You're so aware at the fact that you're evil that you say, oh my God, I can't believe that we done this. This can't be taught in school.
Right, exactly. They scaring themselves. Like, dang.
Exactly. You're so evil that you scare yourself at the evil things that you've done.
Yeah, we can't put that out.
We cannot let these people know that it was us that did this.
Yo, that's crazy.
Oh my goodness! And then again, here's your fear mongering that you do is that everybody is so already in the dang on pool of dumb, like in the straight up pool of dumb that they don't even take notice to what we just got finished talking about, and here they are taking advantage of their evil dumb because they know that people ain't gonna take advantage, ain't gonna be take knowledge into this or take hold into this because history has already shown us that they know that already.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
So here they are still being just as evil as they always been, and we're going to withhold you and keep you dumb. We will not put money into making you smarter. We're going to
right. Exactly.
Because if you make you smarter, you're going to become aware of the things that we are aware of already. So that's why we got to withhold this from you.
You're going to know what we know.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I want to see how they're going to do that because they're going to have to put a block on a whole www.
Right. Exactly.
Like they're going to have to put. They're going to have to put a block on. But you know what? They're so cocky that they believe that the World Wide Web ain't the key to getting all this knowledge that they think that they're trying to withhold from us. But they are onto something. They are onto something.
I didn't hear that last thing you were saying.
But. Oh, I said, but they are so unaware. I mean, sure, I forgot. Sure, but that alone though, man, I forgot what I just said. But man, that is some very, very scary stuff.
Yeah,
very scary stuff, man. Because now it's becoming like for real. And it's like, man, dude, I'm gonna end up dying prematurely because the things that we talk about and or is that it's going to come to our doorstep sooner than later. And like I said, I'm not about to fight for niggas, and I'm still hesitant to fight for blacks only because I know both parties are going to be hesitant on having my back. Yep. When I try to hold things down with this dumbness. Like, I got a family too, but the thing about it, I'm willing to fight for this freaking freedom that we're supposed to have. And I'm almost on the verge of willing to die for it. But the thing about it is, I don't want to be a martyr. Yeah. I want to live to see the changes that I may have made in this world. I don't want to be a martyr. And by you doing that, you're making my wife's a widow, you're making my kids fatherless, fighting for niggas and black folks who are hesitant and too scary to stand up for their own selves. Yep. Just because it's not knocking directly on their doorstep, even though we're next door to each other. Yeah, I agree with that. Whew. Like I said, man, I feel like this junk is moving so rapidly because it was just a year ago when this whole niggas came up with this Rona bug crap. And it's just a year ago when niggas is putting out that unvaccinated niggas is the fact why other niggas is dying. Even though the vaccinated niggas got the vaccine to be protected from the rest of the world of niggas. Right. And now these niggas want to eliminate the fact that these niggas done did what they done did in history. Because they don't want the future niggas to know about what's happening today as of this recording. Niggas, man. Man, thanks for listening to this episode of Whatever Talk, man. Cam, you have anything else to speak upon these niggas of the world, dog?
Man, we didn't pretty much summed it up how niggerish the world is.
Man, you know how I think. I think everything through, and then I think about the things that I thought through already. Right. Therefore, and I'm on this religion thing as well, and everything that I see again and everything that we talk about again, no matter how ridiculous it is, no matter how far we go with our making fun of it, it's, to me, I still see the roots of religion in this. And because it got brought up in the article that we just got been talking about with the whole Tennessee, Memphis to be exact, about this whole bill being passed.
Wow.
And everything I see, religion has been the foundation of what actually roots people into blindly following. Like something about whatever religion was before it became what it is now. People blindly follow that junk, and it's, oh my goodness, man. And with the whole rapidness of this pandemic and how fast they are okay. Not too soon after Obama got in office, all racism that was swept up under the rug, it rolled back the rug, and pulled out the freaking leaf blower, blew all that racism back out. Ever since that moment, it's been going downhill ever since then. It's been more and more, faster and faster. Like it's like a time frame of they didn't up the ante on pushing it closer to the Kuta in them days.
Yep.
And now with this, and now with this whole pandemic is like, that was like the whole momentum to get everything rolling back. It's only a matter of time now. Like I used to feel like it's going to be like maybe our great grandkids probably time where they'd be like, yeah, it's going to be slavery back like how it used to be all over again. But now I feel like, shoot, Cal, me and you on our deathbed, we might die a slave again.
Right.
We'll die of old age, but it'll be a slave though.
Right.
And that's only like what, 40, 50 years from now.
Right. Talking about get.
Exactly.
Get on away from here now.
Exactly.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
And that is scary how fast it's moving and how little of me and you out in the world that's taking notice to what we probably are correct on.
Yep, that's scary, bro.
That's highly scary, man. It's highly scary. Yep. It's like, man, I gotta hurry up and get my personal wealth care package, which is a couple of pistols.
Right. For real. Yep. Yep.
Oh, man. Give your shout outs, man.
Hey, shout out to all the listeners, the viewers, the followers, our family, mine and yours. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to myself. And shout out to the show itself.
Awesome, man. You need a little bit of that crazy conceited, man. Crazy conceitedness.
Yeah. Just don't look in the mirror with it.
Yeah. Used properly is okay. Like give a shout out to myself. That's crazy conceited, but that's like healthy dose. That's what we call
a healthy milligram. Right.
Yeah. Micro dose of crazy conceitedness.
Right.
And I want to give a shout out to the listeners as well, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are a whole lot awesome than I give credit to. Take that however you want to take it.
Right.
Because all y'all some niggas.
Exactly.
At least that's what it seemed like. At least that's what it seemed like. Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to my family as well, my wife, my kids, and we love y'all. I want to give a shout out to your fam, Cal, man. I love them as well. Miss y'all as much. I miss y'all a whole heap, man. And I want to give a shout out to the show. The show has helped me out in so many ways, or helped me learn more about myself in so many different ways. Yeah. The show is awesome. The show is the opposite of whatever that bill that Tennessee trying to pass, man.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. The show will most definitely keep y'all. Yeah, we would keep y'all in tune of what these niggas have done and be doing.
Right. And trying to not be doing.
And trying to do, man.
Exactly.
Oh man. Until the next episode, whatever.
If you would have made it this far, but then you made it to the end of the show, you can stay posted, but we gotta go. But wait a minute, leave a comment, tell us what you think about it. Come again, tell a friend, tell whoever listening, whatever talk.